Hello? Hello, hello. Oh my. Well, this morning has certainly been exciting. Not in a good way. Who do I have with me today? Who's here? And also, hi Melon. Hi. I am like trying to come down from being up here and seeing red. So that's what I'm going through. I never thought I would find myself in that kind of situation. Never. I try to take people at their word and have faith in them, but man. Hey, oh, you're welcome, Blue Aquarius. Welcome back. And I'm glad you got your sticker. I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much for following me and hanging out with me occasionally. I know it's really hard to like keep up with all our Twitch streamers that we love so much. I don't watch everybody every day, but I sure do appreciate what they do, and I do try to show my love by popping in to give them a few views now and then. So I really appreciate you hanging out with me for now. And yeah, so okay, I have to like regroup my brain because that was oh my. I like our community, but sometimes people take anonymous internet for granted. How hard is it? I mean, how dumb do you think we are that we can't do a simple Google image search to find the truth? Like, okay, so someone passed off in my Discord a picture and claimed that it was theirs, that the product was theirs, that the model was their sister's teacher, and that she took the picture for a photography class. And I did a quick search and found the source of this picture and immediately banned this person. I just couldn't believe that I had to do that that's what it came to. I know it's a thing. I don't want it to be a thing. I want to trust people, but man, so that's where we're at. That's my brain right now. I need to come back this way. Anyway, that was not fun. So, what I planned to do for this, I wanted to make a quick thing, a little toile here, just kind of to see if this is going to fit together the way that I think it should. Because I don't have much of this fabric. Hey Minty! Hey guys! Did you see the drama? The drama that just happened? Hopefully that'll be the only time we need to do that. Yeah. Yup. I know what I can do. I can use fabric that I don't care about so much before I cut into this stuff, just to see that this is gonna work. So maybe that's a good place to start. I think this should be interfaced too, so we'll do that. I have this other fabric that I got over the weekend. Of course, when I say over the weekend, I mean during Thanksgiving. So I have this cute fabric that I could make something out of. And I got this locally, so I know where to find it if I really need more of it. But I think this would make a good starter before I cut into my special modes for you stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go for this because I can. Super cute carousel fabric. Oh my god, my heart. My heart. Oh. I don't like doing that. I do not like it. I am non-confrontational. I fear confrontation, as a matter of fact, so... Oh, that's such a weird feeling. Okay, so let's see, first of all... Oh yeah, we're alright. So, the way that I make my easiest skirts, just to like have something done, is I'll do the rectangle skirt thing. So I'll just cut it twice this way. Boop! Rectangle skirt. Easiest skirt in the world. Not a lot of fuss. And looks great. Oh my gosh. It is so cute, isn't it? I love it too. I love the colors. I think I even might have some black chiffon that I could use on this one. So I thought that would be pretty fun. Anyway, here we go. So I was talking yesterday how much I like my skirts to be longer. So I'm gonna make it 20 inches. Let's see now. Take our, so this is a 24-inch thingy. That's the official word, is a thingy. 20 inches, give or take. Let's see. Yeah, like 20 inches is pretty decent. I'm still trying to breathe here. All right, I'm gonna go with 20 and a half. This is gonna be the first one. First panel for the skirt. Let's see. Should be just fine. Yeah, and assuming that it's like right around there, that's actually a pretty good length. 20 and a half. So let's see, that's one skirt panel. Let's see, European calculating how much 20 inches is. I can tell you that. Just, where did my measuring tape go? Oh, it's right in front of my face. So 20 inches is about 51 centimeters. 21 and a half, or 20 and a half is about 52 centimeters. So relatively longish. It's not, so like a typical Lolita skirt will be 18 inches, otherwise known as, I don't have them memorized yet, about 46. Yeah. Whew. So 10 centimeters more than normal is how I like to have my skirts. And then it sometimes has a little extension on the bottom with some ruffles. I think I got 2.5 yards. I think I got 2.5 yards. So not enough to make ruffles. I need 3 yards for that to have enough room for a jump skirt. So if I needed the bodice and the skirt the way that I'm doing it right here, and then enough to make ruffles for the bottom hem, that's about 3 yards that I would need, because I do like strips going this way, same way that I cut it out for the rectangle skirt. I'll make like 5 or 6 strips and put them together and then ruffle them to put around the hem of the skirt. And if I wanted a double ruffled hem, that requires 4 yards of fabric, just to give you an idea. So we're gonna do 21 and a half again. Can I make it straight? That would be helpful. Yeah, it's fun. Fun times. I bought fabric from the same little store. It's the same store I used to work at, little quilt shop thing. And she usually gets some really nice prints. One time she bought a print of fabric just for me because of my Lolita thing. I would dress up in Lolita for her shop on Saturdays. And she found this printed fabric and ordered it. I never got a chance to actually buy it before she sold out of it, and they never printed it again. So it was an out of print. But she has some really nice fabrics. This is Blank Textiles ink. Same sort of a higher quality of a quilting cotton compared to Walmart quilting cotton, which tends to be a little bit more rougher. Rougher? Is that a word? Tends to be a little more rough, not rougher. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I can get 2 yards and have enough for a jump skirt? Nice! Well, this is 1.5 yards, but yeah, in theory, look, because this was 2.5 yards. I have about 1.5 yards left. I would only need, let's see, just enough for, this is the shoulder strap, the center back panel facing, and then 2 of these, which now it's folded. So in theory, yes, you just can't make like the ruffly parts. What is happening? Oh, my mom is texting me. Do you have an iPhone? Yes, Mom, I have an iPhone. I'm changing my Apple Watch and I have the old one still. It's first generation but works great. The only thing is that you need an iPhone to use it. Is my mom offering me her old Apple Watch? Like I mean, yes, I have an iPhone. Can't believe I'm doing this right now. Yeah, hand-me-downs. I mean, I'm not gonna shirk it. I've been using a Fitbit because it's like a cheap alternative just to have messages scroll across the screen. And then I didn't even buy it, it was a gift, so. I wasn't going to buy an Apple Watch, that's crazy, but if she's got one, well, okay, I'll take it. How wide is it? This is 44 inches wide-ish. It's a typical, like, home sewing width. I'm not sure exactly what it would be. Okay, let's see. Somehow I always thought I would need like 4 yards or more for a jump skirt. Yeah, well, it depends on what kind of jump skirt we're talking about. For instance, the purple thing that I made recently with the 3 tiers of skirt, that takes a lot of fabric. When you see 3 tiers like that, it's always going to take a lot more fabric than you need. This is like the simple version of making anything Lolita, is just doing the rectangle, which gives you the nice cupcake shape because it's all gathered up at the waist. And then the rest of it you can use for the bodice, the facing, and you should be set to go. Anything additional to that, if it requires you to cut out extra pieces for embellishment, say you had a yoke here, I have another pattern that's a jump skirt that has like a little cutout yoke, that is going to take a little more fabric than just the 2 yards. But for this project, I chose this because I felt like it would be aesthetically pleasing, a little bit different than just like a plain bodice and the skirt, with something like going across the bust and still be able to use just the 2 yards that I have. That's like only 1 meter and 20 centimeters wide. Yeah, it's like, let's see here, 45. Yeah, it's like 114.5 centimeters ish. Wow, that's small. Well, it's not a 60-inch wide fabric, and you like designer fabrics tend to be like that. Wow, there's a lot of people on right now. Hi, Poe. Hello. Hello, everybody. Yay, thanks for joining me. And all of a sudden, my Discord is blowing up. Hold up. Where is Discord? Oh, there you are. I'm like, what is happening? Okay. That's unpleasant. Moderating a community like this can be difficult and uncomfortable. Sorry you had to do that. Yeah, I was a little bit irked. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm going to move away from all of that nonsense. So let's see here. In order to save as much fabric as I can, now I do need to pay attention to the way that this print is going. The upper part and lower part, so everything's going this way. I cannot, in that case, put this back piece this way because the top is here. So this needs to be like this. And also, I'm not going to cut right in the middle just because the crease is there either. So I need to cut 4 of these. That might be a little bit interesting. I might be able to do it. My idea is to be able to utilize just the 2 yards. Or it's 2 meters, so it's like, how much is that? How much is that beyond? It's like a little bit bigger, like a tiny bit bigger than a yard is, but not by much. So I just figured I would make it work, because I am a magical unicorn. I can do anything. I just keep telling myself that. Okay, so let's focus on cut. Why is this happening? Okay. Oh, that's small. Yeah, almost every fabric here is 60 inches. Designer fabrics tend to be. Quilting cottons don't, just because the nature of quilting doesn't require a wide fabric, since most of the time people are just quilting with the stuff and not needing it to be made into a skirt. So designer fabrics, apparel fabrics, those tend to be in about 60 or 90 inches. Whew, wow. I am desperately trying to calm my little heart. I really, really don't like confrontation. It makes me super uncomfortable. So I am going to put these guys, these little pins here, just within the seam allowance. Yeah, you hate it too, Melon? Yeah. I am a sensitive person. I just don't feel like, unless there's some extreme need for me to say something or do something, I tend not to, and I like it that way. Oh, don't I have some other scissors that won't hurt my hands? Those gingers are killer. They're really good scissors, but they are hard to cut with. I almost don't want to admit it, but I think I'm developing arthritis. I'm at an age now, and I've used my hands so much in just doing this stuff that I feel, and also video game playing, that doesn't help. So I'm starting to feel like aches and pains in the morning, or just in general. It's mild right now, but I can tell there's a difference. I don't like it. So I'm trying to find things that are a little bit easier to use than those gingers. The strength is there, it just hurts. Oops. Okay. So this is the back panel. Okay, so let me see what's happening. It's super common in people our age now, even in extreme situations, unless it's with my close family, and even then I mostly avoid and don't do anything. Oh, on confrontation, right. And have you seen those support gloves? Yes, I actually have a pair. I have a pair, and I'm so stubborn I don't want to use them, but I do. I have them. Ow. Ow. Yeah, these guys, I have them. I'm so stubborn. I'm like, no! I'm not old enough yet to start getting arthritis. And then I'm like, oh no. Like, specifically my thumbs and like my middle finger here on my left hand, I'm like constantly, oh, see, it cracked just now. I'm constantly trying to like do exercises, do this, like rolling. So annoying. Heather Barnes, hello, how are you? I am well, how are you? As well as I can be. Okay, we're gonna do, you know what, I have a sharpener thing. I'm gonna use this sharpener thing. Have you seen these things? There are 2 ways that I learned that you can sharpen cheap scissors. These are cheap. Let's not make, a fuss about it. It just is. Fiskars. These are the kind that you find at Walmart. And so they also sell these sharpener things. I've used it before, it seems to work. The other way that I've learned, if you don't have one of these, is by cutting aluminum foil. Take a square of aluminum foil, cut it in half, and just cut through strips. Not all the way through, just like cut, and like do like a little fringe thing with your cheap scissors. And apparently this helps to keep your cheap scissors sharpened a little bit. I've tried it. It seemed to work, but you try for yourself and see if it works for you. So here, I'm just gonna do a snipping motion with my Fiskars sharpener. Lefty! Ah, Lefty, hey, move! Not too good, I'm sick. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Heather Barnes. Mint, have you tried rotary cutters? Haha. Rotary cutters are pretty useful. Let's see, don't I have one in here? I think I have. Oh, what do I have? Oh, darn it. There I go, just off camera rummaging through my box again. Anyway, if you want to, I've used rotary cutters before as well. I think it might be up there. And you can find replacement blades for them cheaper than what you would find in the store. If you just go on eBay or, God forbid, AliExpress, you can get them, and they come in little oil packets, and you'll always have a sharp rotary blade. 'Cause one thing that I noticed with rotary blades is they get dull pretty easily, and so they start like streaking their cut. Not fun. Alright, so this is going to need a piece of lining so that I can make these channels. Until then, okay, that's cut. I also have to crawl on the floor to cut, so that plus the Singer forged shears. My hands and back get sore when I cut Lolita. Probably need more practice. They come in different sizes and other options. You can find comfortable scissors. I have one, but I'm not really good at it. So worried I'm going to slip with them. Times I tried it didn't go well. Oh no. And you have to have a cutting mat for it too. It's just a fact of life. Alrighty. Let's see how we can do this. I'm gonna try to just use this much before I move on to a little bit further here. So I'm gonna try to cut 2 of these, and this has to be going the right way. Wow, I almost turned it around. I'm like, no, it's only going one direction. Pay attention to your prints. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna need to, we'll just leave it there. All right, so this is the side back piece. Side back piece. And I don't think I'm gonna line the bodice. I think this is gonna be an unlined dress, which I don't usually do. I've taken to really enjoying making a lining for my dresses, but in this case, I'll just leave it as is. Okay. This back piece is weird. It has this curve in here. Let's see. I had carpal tunnel once. The worst. Oh, hey, they are not for everyone. I switch between both because of carpal tunnel. Ah, ha, ha. I feel more pro when my stuff is lined. Yeah, honestly, I do too. It's a really nice sensation of accomplishment, I have to admit. But this is kind of just an experimental project, so I'm not sure if I want to take the time to do it. Why did I do that? I already cut that part out. What's wrong with me? Okay. It's not fun. I have in both carpal tunnel and arthritis. Guys, are we getting old? What's going on here? What is happening? I don't want to admit it either. Ugh. I want to be young forever. Screw time. Curse you, time. Not today. Okay, and then the front part. Let's see. I know I'm folding and cutting, and I try, if I'm doing this as a production sort of thing, we never ever fold the fabric when we're cutting things out. We would have one left and one right. We would have this as a full piece, and all the fabric would be laid out flat. But home sewing, kind of mixing it up a little bit, we're just going to do it that way. So let's see, let's make sure that this is kind of straight with the bottom. Let's see, this is the back. Our generation has it tough. Like, I'm sure every other generation in existence has said this. Oh, hello, and thank you. Who followed? Veronica Devil. Thank you for the follow so very much. I'm so glad you could make it and hang out with me. I'm doing an experimental Lolita design. Just a simple, like, little mock-up out of fabric that I know I can repurchase because of my recent wonderful opportunity of collaborating with Modes for You fabric, and they're all the way in Hong Kong, so they sent me 2 meters of really cute fabric that is kind of hard to come by, especially when one's out of print. So I don't want to cut into it yet. I'm just doing this. So this is the design that I'll be doing when I get to that one. Yeah, we'll see how it comes out here. It's gonna have, oh my gosh, it's gonna have some really cute stuff. I really need to update my Etsy, guys. It's so bare right now. I have so much stuff in the closet. I just haven't had the time to take the pictures and like go through and make listings for everything. The last thing I sold, it was to one of my viewers actually. When I finished the bloomers, she's like, how much are those? And I'm like, I gave her a price. She's like, okay, I'll buy them. And I'm like, oh my god, but that's the last thing I sold anything. So my Etsy has been so quiet. I'm like, yeah, I should probably update that. I'm bad about updating all those things. Also, okay, speaking of, I can't sit without wanting to nap. Coffee time! I also want to nap. What is it everybody's napping? Why do you want to nap? Did you not sleep last night? Well, Minty, you're in a completely different time zone, so it's like late. And Melon, I think you're a little bit ahead of me up there in the Canada. And then, let's see, this is the back. This is the back. I'm going to just notch this with 2 notches to make sure that it's denoted as the back. And this is the front, so I'm going to put notch there, 1. It's 8 p.m., so if I nap, I don't know what time I'll wake up again. Yeah, you might as well, like, try to power through it at this point. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Ooh, 6 viewers right now. How exciting. It's probably because I'm not pattern drafting and I'm actually working on cute fabric that people like to look at. So pattern drafting can be a little boring, I'll admit it. I know it. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do it this way because I need to have it going up and down. Doop doop be doop. I haven't eaten yet, but I'm gonna try to just work through it. Trying to work through it. Thinking about what I want to have for lunch. It is currently 1:09 in the afternoon. I don't know, a sandwich sounds good. I always like sandwiches. I just don't want to go out. I'm lazy. I don't wanna. I really can't nap. I'm sure my son will sit happily on YouTube, but I'll lose my whole day. Yeah, I understand that. I fight it. My boyfriend tries to get me to nap when I look even remotely tired, but it's only like 6 in the evening, and I'm like, no! Like a spoiled kid about to go on a tantrum. I'm like, no, I don't want to nap. I'm going to stay up and play video games and watch YouTube. And he's just chastising me for being stubborn. It's a bad habit. Or 3 in the afternoon is even worse because I'm like, but there's so much I can do. I don't want to nap now. I want to do things. I don't care if my brain is telling me I'm tired. No. I mean, you know, I am a very strange person. Okay, so here's the front panel. That's cute. And then the side panels are here. Well, that actually kind of works. Woo! Almost pattern matching. Not bad though. It's actually pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so in this particular design, there was no modification that needed to be done to close a dart. The dart is part of the pattern itself. So once I cut the top band piece, see how there's going to be a dart here, essentially a dart. That's where it's drafted into the pattern. So it's going to look fantastic, if I do say so myself. This is the front. These are the back pieces. So I'm just going to layer this over here and separate front and back. Okay, so the last thing I need to cut out are the facing. I need this little cut two of the facing here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh yeah. Okay, so the fold is that way. Let's see what's going on. During holiday vacation, my husband stays up to game. I'll bundle and be warm, and he'll tell me to sleep on the sofa while he games, and I end up sleeping. Ah, we do not have a sofa. You probably already know this. My living room is my studio, so when it's the other thing I guess I resist so much is because in order to nap, I can't do it like in a community room. I have to go to the bed and lay down on the bed, and that just is inviting trouble. It's inviting me to actually go to sleep, and I resist. Alright, let's see where we are at. So I need to fold this over a little bit more. I'll nap wherever I can. I don't blame you at all. Alright, let me just try to make sure that this is somewhat straight, because this is going to be a very central piece to the garment. So I want to make sure that I've got something really cute to look at, and that it's also straight, because that's important. It has a notch here too that I have to pay attention to. Okay, so I think, I don't know, know. Is it better if I do it here or kind of in the middle here with the horsies? Horsies! Another thing I kind of want to mention too is when you're cutting out a piece like this on the fold, it tends to be slightly less accurate than when you're cutting out if you have this as a full piece, because then the full piece drafted is exactly the size that it needs to be. When you have it on the fold here, even just a little bit of difference between the pattern itself and the fold can add up to enough to throw it off a little bit. It's not a lot, but that is a potential problem, which kind of makes home sewing kind of wishy-washy in technique, because you could just, if you're just doing a one-off piece, then you can like modify it and change it, make sure it fits right. But production sewing has to depend on accuracy, which is another reason, and you know, multiples. So it's another reason why they have everything spread out flat. So they get accurate measurements and can cut multiple pieces, do better pattern matching, because it's hard, for instance, like right now when I'm trying to line up the ponies and the carousels, I can only see one side. But if it was flat, then I would be able to line it up better. In any case, at this time, I don't care that much. I'm just trying to get this done. How like 1 millimeter can make everything go wrong. It's kind of true, but again, if it's, oh see, that's gonna be nice. It also just depends on how well you're able to accommodate. If you are just focusing on one piece and you're not doing multiples of the same piece, you know, you have more time to adjust, you know, whatever the discrepancy might be. This one's okay. I think we're okay. I'm not too worried. I don't know what to do about this. I don't want to throw anything away. It's one of my biggest problems. Okay, so, oh, the last thing. Oh, I didn't cut this out. Oh, can I actually get this? Do I? Do I? Question mark? Oh my god. Do I have enough? Holy crap, I have enough for the back facing in this little strip that I got out of it. It is so cute, isn't it? I think I'm gonna like this dress. I'm still deciding if I want to sell it or not. I have a problem with selling my babies. All my clothes that I make are my little children. But as one does, when children grow older, you must let them go off into the world. I am so weird. I'm really loving that fabric. Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it. You must sell the children. That just sounds wrong, Minty. But it's funny, because otherwise I wouldn't be laughing. Oh my god, that's horrible. These are my children. I need to sell them. I need to sell them so that I can eat. Oh god, I'm making it worse. Oh my god. Oh, that's awful. I'm gonna go to hell. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I went from 6 to 3. Oh well. I know it sounds wrong. I'm so sorry. Please don't take it wrong. People with kids. Don't sell your kids. Don't sell your kids. That's different. And we're not talking about human children. Oh, God. Okay, so this is... Yeah, so, okay. this is the side seam. So I'm going to make sure that I snip the side seam so that I know which way to put these. Snippy snip, side seam. Okay. Now we know. So for this dress, I have been in the habit of putting in pockets. Oh gosh, you know what I almost forgot? Do you know what I almost forgot? The shoulder straps. What's wrong with me? Alright, so now I have to make a big decision. Which way do I want the shoulder straps to go? Should they go up and... I think they should go up and down. I think they need to go up and down. Yeah, I already decided. I didn't even need to think about it that much. So I am going to try a thing. Let's see what we do here. Yeah, okay. Just going to do a little accordion folding. Now again, if this were in a production factory, we would not be folding it like this. To cut out 4 pieces, each piece would have its own pattern in the marker, and each individual piece would be cut out from the same ply of fabric. Just FYI, I don't know if that information is useful to you, but I like to talk out loud, so there it is. Now you know. Not like I haven't said it before either. Like, I tend to repeat myself when I get like into my thing. I'll do the center just to keep it down. All right. Now I don't know if these scissors are gonna be good enough. I have this other pair somewhere. There? Do I have them in here? Oh yeah, they're there. These are also Fiskars, but they're like razor. I don't know. They tend to be better. Cut a little better. They're still Fiskars though, so don't kid yourself. These are not Kai scissors. One thing I've always had trouble like really getting into is being able to use the entire blade when we're cutting out a sample. And this was a problem that I had when I was still working at the factory, because the owner would constantly chastise me for not opening the blade of the scissor wide enough to use the back of the blade. And I don't know if it was habit or just I didn't have the practice to do it. In this case, I think I'm being stopped by my push pins here because they're kind of round and they get in the way. So I just do little snips until I get away from that pin enough to be able to open my blade. Oh my goodness. So close. This is not going to take long, I don't think. Since I'm not doing a lining, I've already got, after this, everything cut out. And it's just a matter of putting it together. I'm probably going to use some black thread on this guy. So here we go. We just have, so this is going to be like this. So that's what the shoulder strap is going to look like. It's going to be cute. Cute, 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 cute. for lunch, guys? I haven't decided. I am also somewhat trying to be better about my diet. Oh yeah, so let me see here. So this was 1.5 yards. I used not even the 2 yards. I think I still have some left over. Let's see. Yeah. 36 inches. So it's like, I would have enough. Yes, sirree. So I used a little less than 2 yards to cut out the entire dress. And I still have this much and then this much on these sides. So that's cool. Right? Isn't that neat? So then I kind of wonder, let's see, I'll cut this off. See if I can use, so I don't have to use the same fabric to make my pockets, which I do. I have it on my, I'm so smart. I put my pocket pattern somewhere easily accessible so I'm not always losing it. I could use this much to make a head bow, or I could use it to make pockets, but I think I'll make pockets out of some remnant black fabric that I know I have. I'm looking at it right now. So this is what I have left over. Stop it. Stop. To make like an accessory, and then I have this much, because this was 2.5. Now, also the question is this a good design? I guess we're gonna find out. A tote bag would be quite cute. Yeah. Oh, a sandwich is good. Lunch. See, I was thinking that too. We don't have any bread, but I can go to like a sandwich shop and have one made. This is an option. So, few things I need to think about as well. Oh, you know what I do need to do is cut out like a second piece out of some regular fabrics to do the casings. So I got this. Oh, that's a little thicker than what I was thinking. I have so much fabric. God help me. I'm drowning in it. Let's see. I've got this lining. Do I have enough for a skirt too? That'd be convenient. Yeah, it's just some simple lining fabric. Not cheap either. Very robust. Oh yeah, look at that. I think I do have enough for the skirt. But in any case, let's get, I did it. I don't think I have enough. Not to do what I think I wanted to do, which is just use that much. So, I don't know what I could do with this little bit sticking out here. So I'm just gonna cut that off and put this in my scraps, because maybe I'll make some doll clothes out of it. Doll clothes can be lined, because I'm crazy. Okay. I'm trying to eat less carbs to keep losing a bit of weight, or at least stop my body from getting fat again. I went from overweight to very thin, and then I'm gaining it back now, so I don't like it. I do not like. And I've noticed too that I've just gotten into these bad habits. And I guess it just happens when I changed environments. I got into habits that kept me from eating a lot of food, and junk food especially, because I was with somebody who didn't really eat very much. So it was easier for me to just have one meal a day, be okay with it, and then I found myself being able to eat anything I wanted. I had like the one meal a day. I would usually have leftovers, so I might eat it for dinner later that day, and then I would be eating like sweets once in a while, but I could indulge in those once in a while overindulgent sweets. And then I moved back to a city where things like McDonald's is convenient to get, or chicken places, deep fried foods, all the stuff that's bad for you is just easily accessible. Whereas before I was living in a small town and living with somebody who didn't really eat very much or have bad habits. So of course I started gaining weight back. It's not as bad as it was, but I don't like not being able to fit into things that I made for myself back before the change happened. Yeah, it's hard. It's a little discouraging, but it is what it is too, I guess. I'm just trying to be conscientious. Oh, am I not at the right angle for this, or what's going on? Okay. Just gotta make sure these nachos. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty, we got it. And then I might just keep this out so that I can make the lining for the skirt. So I might just attach a lining to the skirt part at the waist on the inside, and then the bodice is just going to be unlined. You see a lot of body line that way. That's kind of a thing. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's take an inventory of our pieces. This is the front panel. We have the front side front panel. We have the top band of the bodice. Over here we have this, which is going to be stretchy, and then we've got our side back panels. Okay, we have our side back panels. Yeah, it's really fun, isn't it? So fun, this fabric. This also kind of has like a dart thing that happens just drafted into the pattern. And then this is going to be, well, it's going to be on the other side, like this. The facings. So the facings in the back are, oh, you know what I need to cut out a facing bit of this stuff, because this is doubled. This has facing of itself. Well, anyway, that's why we do an inventory, so we can make sure we've got all the pieces and it fits all together the way that it needs to. Right. Oh yeah, and then this lining bit. Alright, so I need to cut 2 of those. Well, oh, and then these are the shoulder straps. Can I? This little bit that I had left over? I can do it. Just need to make sure. Well, if it's the facing, it doesn't need to be, but just for consistency's sake, I'm gonna make it go the right way, which is with the print. Stop haunting me, thread. The thread is haunting me. Okay, this guy. This guy. Choo. 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 Bloop, bloop, bloop. I still haven't gotten my custom emotes. It is the busy season though, so I have no unrealistic expectations. The person said she would do it for a trade, and I'm like, that's cool, I will wait. I'm not going to push that one. Of course, I kind of can't wait to start making her kid a dress, because I love it when I make a dress for somebody that I know personally and I know how much they're gonna love it. It's like the anticipation of giving it to them is so cool. It's for that reason that I like to give gifts. Just to be able to see their face when you know that you got them something really neat. Even if it's something small, but you know they're gonna appreciate it, it's like one of the best feelings. Alright, and then I'm going to make sure this matches up with the other notch we've got. So I can already tell it's going to be different. We'll see. And then I need to get the interfacing. Of course, what kind of interfacing do we use, everybody? All at once now. Shape flags! You got it! We use shape flags. And nothing less than that. Or otherwise known as cotton woven interfacing. Not that horrid pressed papery stuff. That is for plebes. Plebes, I say. I always get impatient with my iron. Like, I really just want to use it right away, like as if it were a gravity iron. But even that needs to heat up. I just take it for granted because they're always on at the school. So I don't have to wait for it to heat up. It's a problem. Hello. Don't get caught on stuff. Alright, so this one is definitely going to be the front-facing piece. This is going to be the facing. Did I say front-facing and then facing? No, you know what I mean. This is going to be the shell piece. This is going to be the facing piece. There we go. Let's use the right words. Oh my god. And these little shoulder straps. I feel like the shoulder straps should have some lace kind of flouncy on the shoulder. Right? Did I decide, or did I find cream colored lace? Because if I did, it would have gone to... That was my issue yesterday, was I couldn't find chiffon fabric that coordinated well with the cute unicorn print that I got. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to either order it or go to Joann's of all places to get some. And I don't want to, but I think I have to. This is the reality that I face. Okay, so we're going to do some ironing. Does anybody else find ironing comforting? Zen? Being able to get all those wrinkles and creases out of your stuff? I like it. I like it. That is done. I do. It's satisfying. My sister made fun of me all the time for it. I probably talked about that already. But yeah, she's like, why do you like ironing? It's like, because it makes everything smooth. What's wrong with you? Why don't you like ironing? Yeah, these are straight. It is so satisfying. I haven't ironed in years, but I do still like it. Do you sew, Posta? A little. Well, you can't do sewing without an iron. Just putting that out there. It's something that I remember hearing about a lot. Not a lot. There were some students when I went to fashion design school. First, there were those people who thought they only could be a fashion designer and not have to sew anything. That was funny. And then there were the people who were like, why do I have to iron anything? And I'm like, really? You don't see it? You don't understand the concept of the ironing with the sewing? Ooh, you are not gonna do well. So silly. Oh, my tummy! My tummy is yelling at me. But no, I need to cut out this this stuff. I know I've got. I should have still. Wow, I have a lot of this purple left. Why did I throw that in there? Crazy. Yeah. Oh, dang. What's that doing there? I had an entire, thing of lace just stuck in my scraps. In my scrap bin. The heck? Okay, I think I can use this little bit for the facings on the back side. In fact, I wonder if I can even get it out here. Yeah, I could. Does not take much, so I'm going to do that. Mostly small stuff. I like ironing when I'm sewing. I don't like it that much when it's already made clothes. I agree. I think ironing your clothes that are already in existence because they are wrinkled and you want to wear it soon is different from watching a thing come to life through ironing and pressing the seams that you have just sewn together, and therefore you are seeing its birth in a way. That is different. Because once you put something together, and all it needs is a little bit of pressing to really make those seams super crisp, and then you can pull back and you're like, yeah, I made that. And then that feels good, right? Alright, so I managed to scrounge up some scraps of interfacing. But I don't want to cut into my bolt, but I have to. It's okay, the bolt wasn't that expensive. Okay. So I got this, and I just need the one piece. Of course, after I finished ironing everything, I just rolled it all up kind of haphazardly. Yeah. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay. So yes, we decided that this will be the facing, and this is the one that I'm going to cut out. What's this song? I like this song. Photos, of course it's Zircon! Every time I'm like, I like this music, and I look and it's like, oh, Zircon. Oh, of course it is. I like Zircon. As if you didn't know that already. Oh, ridiculous. I know I'm ridiculous. Okay. Stop sticking to me. I'm in concentration mode. I'm concentrating, cutting out my interfacing, I guess. So I just realized too that this is going to have a side zip due to the nature of the design. It needs to have a zipper on the side because the back has the shirring. And it's not one of those that can be just slipped on. So I have black zippers, pretty sure. I've got a few of those unless I used them all. Also possible. Let's see. I know what I can do. Wait, what? My mom sent me the Apple Watch. Do you want the watch? I can send it to you. Sure! Why not? Okay, she's sending me the Apple Watch. I've never had one before. I don't want to look bougie, but it's just an old generation of an Apple Watch that she doesn't need anymore. I guess I'm getting this. I'm gonna order my lunch online because I can. Let's see, there it is. After coffee and a sandwich, I feel human. Oh, good. I need to get to that point now too, because I'm starting to lose steam. I had all my coffee this morning, but I didn't eat anything, and so now like my brain is sort of unbalanced and like I want to feel energetic, but I can't. It's the weirdest feeling. All right, we're gonna go with, I'm gonna pick it up because it's not too far. I'm gonna go with, what did I order? Come on, for God's sakes. Yes. Do I not have a history of my orders? What is this place? I'm trying to remember the name of this little, it's not Jimmy John's. It's Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's has the best sandwiches. Jersey Mike's. They're super nice too. I went in dressed up in like full Lolita one day, and like their entire staff came from the back kitchen to talk to me and look at what I was wearing. It was hilarious and adorable. Okay, roast beef. No, I want, what is the thing? The turkey. Turkey and provolone. That's the one. I will have one of those. And I will just have the regular. It doesn't come with mayo? I will have mayo on there. White bread is good. I got my last paycheck, so I'm splurging by buying myself a little bit of lunch right now. Yes, I will place order now. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yay! I ordered my lunch. I don't know if they give me updates, but it's not gonna be too much. Oh, wait, where is it? I have to treat coffee like alcohol since I have caffeine sensitivity. Oh, yeah. My mom and siblings are hooked on Apple stuff. Also, my mom is married to somebody who is, like, relentlessly would argue with me about the superiority of Apple and Macintosh. And it got to a point where actually that's what led me to moving out of my house when I was 18, because this person would not stop teasing me about my like for PCs versus Apple. I'm just like, why are you doing this? This is making my home life very uncomfortable. But so she's with this person still, and yeah, he has indoctrinated her into the world of Apple. I happen to have an iPhone simply because the work I was doing at the time required me to have one. It wasn't a personal choice. It just happened to be the thing that everybody else on the set of the movie that I was working on was using. And in order to just easily transfer photos and communicate, I also got an iPhone. It was the first time I got a smartphone, you know, way after it was already a thing. Because I resisted the smartphone craze. I had an iPad, but that's it. But I am like, I'm team PC all the way. PC master race. Except for the fact that I have an iPhone because reasons. So that's like the only reason I have an iPhone was because work at the time made it easier to just have one that communicated with everybody else's iPhones. I even thought about converting to a Samsung Android phone, and I guess part of it is like I'm scared of change, and so I don't want to have to learn an entirely different phone system, which is stupid. I'm just like, I understand this already. It's fine. It does what I need it to do. It's okay that it's not Android. I'm still like definitely PC all the way. I build PCs. I've built my computer. I upgrade my computer. I can pull it apart and clean it out and put it back together. And That's the thing that I appreciate about PC. Whereas Macintosh, you can't do that. Not really, not easily. And you pay the Apple tax and all that, so whatever. But she has this extra Apple Watch, so I'm like, okay, fine. I have an iPhone, I might as well. They kind of do look cool, but I'm not like all Team Apple. Don't think I am. Let's see. It's awesome, really enjoy it. Oh, wait. Let's see. Usually I'd have to do that. I have to eat with it, not mix. I wear a face mask when I wear Lolita out. It makes me less nervous and people leave me alone. It's an awesome feeling. Enjoy it. Oh, yeah. It's my twin. She hates I have a Galaxy. Oh, the Samsung Galaxy. She thinks I should get one so everyone can match. Well, I don't get the difference. A computer is a computer to me. Ah, well then, let me educate you. Honestly, no, it's they are and they aren't. They are computers. They essentially do the same functions, but Apple is very proprietary. They are so proprietary, and they try to keep a tight grip on their own products that have Apple on it. They've even patented their own screws, so that you don't have the right tool or screwdriver in order to be able to take it apart. And that's part of the Apple tax, because if you want it fixed, you have to go to an Apple store or some other place that's Apple certified in order to fix it. Whereas a computer that is PC, running Windows, you can buy all the components to your liking, so long as you know how to do it. The RAM, the video card, the processor, the motherboard, everything can be mixed and matched, supposing that they are, compatible with each other for a much lesser price, and you can then fix it yourself, clean it out yourself, because it all uses basic generic components, regular screws that use regular screwdrivers, things like that. So, in essence, a regular PC is a lot less expensive than an Apple, and you can fiddle with it, tinker with it, and you're not going to have an issue. The other problem that a lot of people, it used to be a problem, I don't know if it's still a problem anymore, but Apple was never known as a gaming sort of system. It was mostly done for if you had products like Adobe, Photoshop, video editing, things like that, where it was just all bundled into one machine. You didn't have to mess with it, tinker with it, tweak it to make it do what you needed it to do. But it also wasn't very compatible with 3D video games. It wasn't known for being a gaming sort of unit. So a lot of gamers tended to gravitate toward building their own PC, getting video cards that they then could install or upgrade by getting a new card and sticking it in the slot and everything so that they could game and play their games. That's essentially it. So I, being a gamer, appreciate being able to tinker around, upgrade my computer. If I needed a new motherboard, I could just take all my components out, upgrade the motherboard, reinstall Windows, and do all this fun stuff just to make it work to my liking without having to go to a store to do it and pay like tons of money. Yeah! Oh yeah, it's messed up. It's totally messed up. It's kind of the reason, like, sometimes I feel a little ashamed that I have an iPhone. So I'm like, I try not to, like, what kind of phone do you have? I'm like, it's an iPhone. I don't want to say. It's the only thing Apple that I had. Please don't hurt me. That's all. That's just, don't judge me. So silly. It's very silly. There is a mini documentary about the terrible business practices that Apple has and how they're fighting the right to fix movement so that people can fix their own devices without having to go to a specialist. I forget what it's called exactly, but there is an entire movement built around the idea of being able to fix your own electronics. Yeah, the Apple tax. It sucks that you can buy a third-party lightning cable and your device won't accept it. It has to be approved. Right. That's, yup. Oh, yeah. That is so infuriating. Right. I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe the shoulder straps need interfacing on them too, but then again, no they don't, because this is gonna be doubled and pleated. I don't think it needs any more reinforcement. And besides, if I'm just doing this to like test the pattern itself, do I really want to go the extra mile just so that I can do that? Okay, so here we have now all the pieces, and so this should fit into this. This one, whoops. This one. What am I doing? Crazy. Yeah, okay. Okay, you know what it's telling me? You know what my brain is telling me right now? Telling me it needs fuel. I am like starting to shut down from lack of sustenance. And that's my fault. I did this to myself. I did. Let's see, let's go back here. I have a MacBook and it's the only Apple thing I have and probably ever will have, I assume is what you're saying. I take really good care of it, so I hope it lasts a lot more years. Posef says, I inherited my older brother's old Mac, but the battery is terrible and dies if it goes below 80%. And there you go. You can't even change out that battery because you have to go through Apple. Whereas I have an Asus laptop and it has a generic battery in it. I think I've changed it twice. Like I bought a new battery when this has expended its own life and it works fine. And I don't have to go through a specialty store to pay up the nose to get a new battery for the thing. It's stupid. Stupid. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my sandwich and then I'm gonna come back in an hour and we're gonna put this together. We're gonna put this together. I'm delirious now. This is definitely an indication that I need to go and eat. Okay. Love you guys, and thanks for hanging out. I hope I'll see you back in an hour where I don't have my watch on. Why am I looking at my wrist? Okay, bye. We'll be back after a little bit of time has gone by. Oh yeah, it's still on Grubhub, so like, wait a sec, where am I? Where's my remote? Okay. Alright, we're good now. Okay, bye. We'll see you in an hour.